Well, today's market update, we're going to be calling the Special Ops Report. Seeing that there's a lot of military acronyms being used here in this next year because we know it's going to be a battleground, I thought this would be super fitting. If you're not following me on IG, shameless plug, there's a QR code. Feel free to scan it. I'll show it at the end again. And so if you're like, I don't know if I should follow you yet, at the end, if you think you should, the QR code will be there for you again. But what does OPS stand for us today? It's going to be opportunities, programs, and strategies. And so again, this is not just going to be a rate update or any of that boring stuff that we all know we go through and we hear on plenty of email newsletters that get sent to us. This is going to be more specific and very in tune with what you need for next year. So jumping right in, let's first talk about something. Market challenges. Right? What market challenges are we having? Well, first of all, let's talk about with clients. With clients right now, the majority of clients are falling in one of these three challenges that we see. Rates are too high for me to buy now. I'm going to wait for a better deal when the market crashes. Or I'm going to do nothing with my house because my rate is so low. How many of you guys have seen those kind of challenges? Yeah? Okay, I got some hands. Sweet. Here's a real challenge. Right? Like we hear this because we hear this and there's some fear that gets stricken in our heart. And I'm being honest here too, right? Like as this market has shifted, I have also been like, where's my footing? I've experienced fear, anxiety. I've gone through just even some small bits of depression going, man, am I going to be able to make this work? Blah, blah, blah. Right? Because we're not used to having real clients say, man, rates are just too high for me to buy. We're not used to having clients say, I'm just going to keep waiting. And then the feeling and the atmosphere is more intense than ever before, right? We've heard them say, I'm going to keep waiting, but it was a lot easier to deal with those who said, I'm going to keep waiting last year when you go, hey, rates are so low, you're going to miss out, right? Like this has been a new context. And so the real challenge of this market, especially as we go into 2023, the real challenge is skill, talent, self-belief, drive. And as I say all of these, whose am I talking about? Again, going back to my story, for any of you guys who don't know my story, I used to be a pastor, and I loved the role I had. So I oversaw Bible colleges internationally, domestically. I traveled a ton, so I've done about 22 countries. And I left that pastoral role because there came a season in my life where I started seeing some changes that needed to be made. And one of the biggest changes that I saw that drove me into the mortgage industry was seeing that my mom had someone who loved her so dearly from our church, someone who cared for her so much, yet had good intentions with bad advice. He was a loan officer who ended up getting my mom into a bad loan. We lost the house we grew up in. She had a really bad financial setting after that. And, even at this point, I'm just blessed to be able to have her live with me and help her get back on her feet as she's already standing to. But the reality is she should have never been in that situation to start with. And so as I have come from this place 6 years ago, wanting to create a mortgage practice that deals with clients differently and puts them into a different scenario, not just keeps them away from bankruptcy, but brings them into a new aspect of wealth that they could have never even imagined before. As I've been trying to do this new practice, I will tell you, this year, again, I had a ton of fear, I had a ton of anxiety, and I had a lot of uncertainty. And I started using the words to explain how I was feeling. I'm scared of the market, or I don't know what this market's going to do. And then all of a sudden I had to get really real with myself, right? And this is why I like the keep it moving piece. I had to be very honest with myself and ask myself, am I really scared of the market? Or am I scared about how I'm going to perform? And those are two very different things. One is external, one is internal. And the internal piece clicked in and I said, you know what? It's not about the market. It's about my belief in my own skill, in myself, in my talent, and in my drive that I have to own this market. And so as we look at market challenges, yes, we're going to talk about market challenges with clients and the words they're using. But it would be very, very irresponsible of us to not take a moment to examine and ask ourselves, If I have any fear with the market and as I project 2023, is it truly external based? Because that we can deal with. We're going to go through data today that's going to help you have a better confidence intellectually on the market and your success. Or is it something deeper? Is it something that is at my core where I just don't have the confidence in myself as I should have? And if the latter is true, I would encourage you and offer up for you to explore some diary sessions, some meditations. Reach out to me personally. I'd love to be able to connect with you. I know you're an amazing coach that continues to push through life no matter what life pushes towards him. Would love to speak with you as well. But know that both are actually the challenges we have, and we should not be ignorant to the latter just because it's more difficult at times. So for these first challenges on clients, all these are going to be answered by the end. But again, that real challenge, if you need more help with that, don't overlook it. Press in, let's connect, and let's get you confident in what you